Well, for this assignment, Tricia asked me to talk about some vignette that occurred in my life. One event that I remember very clearly is back in 1991. I was in a military unit in the Maryland National Guard. It was a Special Forces unit, and I was the unit commander at that time. And we were being activated in support of what was then called Operation Desert Storm, now pretty much known as the First Iraqi War. And prior to being deployed to Iraq, the unit commanders and sergeants major went to a mission briefing down in the state of Alabama. And during that mission briefing, we were given the general missions that we would be accomplishing there. And since we were a Special Forces unit, our missions were going to be to conduct covert operations behind enemy lines. That's what Special Forces did. One of the most sobering moments of that experience was when we read that section of the report that talked about how many casualties we would be expected to sustain. While the exact number I can't say because it's still classified information, the thought occurred to me that these same soldiers who I had been working with for the last 15 years and knew them and knew all their families from holiday parties and unit events, that it was likely that not all of them would be coming back with us. That was a very harrowing experience. The responsibility of being in command of that unit, knowing that we were likely to sustain casualties, was really quite shaking. As it turns out, the Iraqi war was very short-lived. Our unit was sent down to Fort Bragg, where we trained up for 30 days. We were agreed that we could sustain operations, so we were scheduled to fly the next day to Iraq. As it turned out, our aircraft was diverted. We were scheduled to fly again the next day on a different aircraft. That aircraft was also diverted, and by then the war had ended and they decided to stand down the unit rather than send us to Iraq. So I was blessed in that I never did have to lose a soldier in combat, but the thought of having to do so was one of the most harrowing experiences of my life. Thank you.